It is now, everybody. Hello, hello. My name is Matthew David Morris. I am here in my house, in my bedroom, which is also my office, and my writing space, and my prayer area, and my production studio. Maybe you know what I'm talking about right now, in the midst of having everything happening in a very small space. Oh, I'm so excited to be here with you at the, where's the logo? In the Shindig. It's right here. We're at the Shindig. I'm in Portland, like I said. Did I say that? I brought my guitar. It's here. It's always been here because this is my house. And I'm going to play some songs today, share with you some of my music, and invite you to participate. Like, I want to say that straight up, right in the front. I could tell a story about just about anything, but I'm curious about the things that are happening with you on the other side of the screen. What is going on with you right now? Where in the world are you? Because there's going to be folks from around the world. What have you been doing today? What is going on with your whole situation? Have you been at home? Have you been working? There are so many stories that are going to be present here because of all of you watching, and I want to hear about them. So while I can't actually see the YouTube chat right now myself, because I think that would make my computer go in some strange loop, where forever I could never see what's happening. Too many things at once. I do have a good friend, Paul, who is in the YouTube comments right now. So if you're watching, type in the comments, "Hi, Paul." I'm just going to wait for you to do that. Hi, Paul. Paul is going to be on the lookout for your feedback, for your questions. We'll do some Q&A stuff. And I have a creative project for us that's going to happen a little bit later. So welcome. On that note, welcome. I'm going to play you a song. I thought maybe starting off with a home-themed song made sense because, well, Greenbelt, wild at home, like we're all home, presumably. So I'll play you a song called Welcome Home, a song I wrote with an artist named Joy Williams, who put it on a record that I got to work on with her and co-produce called Venus. Here it is. Welcome Home. Hello, I've been waiting for you. I didn't know if you'd recognize my voice, 'cause I've been whispering your name again and again. I've been imagining this day, and I'll never be the same. Welcome home. Welcome home. It's so good to see your face. Welcome home. Well, we dance, and sometimes only fall. Oh, we sing, even when there are no words. And I hope love lifts you up again and again. And if you ever lose your way, let me be the first to say, welcome home. Welcome home. It's so inside from the cold and rest your weary soul. Well, you belong, you are loved, you are worthy, you're not alone. And I miss you so. Welcome home. Welcome home. Without you here, it's not the same. And I've been waiting here. Welcome home. Now I'm in my room and it's quiet. Well, you know, I got to talk a little bit about that. So, I don't know about you, and I'm encouraging you to respond in the comments with some ideas here and some thoughts. But having these experiences lately in this space, in my room, in our room, my husband and I's room, it's kind of my office and the bed's over there. I've been having all of these different kind of experiences at, you know, in different times, like this. Like this is actually a show. This is a live show on the internet. But this is the same place where I meet with people every evening for Compline prayer. We do a service, small group of us. It's kind of wonderful. This is one church services at my church in Portland, St. Michael and All Angels. This is where I have all my Zoom meetings. Can we talk about how many Zoom meetings we're all having? So many, but they all happen right here. And I just think it's phenomenal. I think it's strange and weird. And this time is so bizarre. I mean, it's also tragic. Let's not mince words. This is a really difficult time. We could talk about it like it's just us in our bubble at house. And if you're in your home and you're just worried about what's going on the outside, that's legit. But there are people out there right now who have been out there for weeks working to try to keep everything going. Like all these different realities are happening in all these different places. And I just find it fascinating and strangely inspiring. I know it stresses a lot of people out, and real talk, it stresses me out too. But I find it inspiring. I find that people who are out there working, and I'm not one of them. I mean, I've been doing most of my stuff here. So there are people who are working at the grocery stores and who are working at the gas stations. Petrol, is that what you call it over on the other side of the water? And any number of things who are out there who are deemed essential are not always treated like they're essential. Why? I think it's all about money. So I'm going to play a song called Money, because I know people are out there just busting tail to make money, and there are people who've lost their jobs and who don't know how they're going to make money. That might be one of you watching right now, and my heart is with you. My prayers are with you, and this song goes out to you. Say, money matters when you're broke, and money fixes for a while. If you got money in your wallet, you got permission to enjoy yourself for a while. Money burns, money turns the very best into the worst criminal child. Money matters, money kills, money makes the world go round. But money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Right? Money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Dollar bills, buying pills, giving thrills in the evening. Sunset light, middle seat in the back, in between a couple hooligans. Sunset light, light 'em up, put 'em down, going downtown to find some play tonight. Dollar bills, giving thrills in the back of their best friend's ride. But money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Oh, money, 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 money. Money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Change without money. Penny, quarter, nickel and dime. How you make change, tell me how you make change without money. Money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Money matters when you're broke, and money fixes. Oh, for a while. Money, well, money ain't the villain. Money, it's greed that's the killer. Money matters when you're broke, and money fixes for a while. Money ain't the villain. Your money, it's greed that's the killer. Penny, quarter, nickel and dime. How you make change without money? Money, y'all. Money. I'm checking my phone because you know what? In real time, I can see the messages that people are sending because people are watching right now. Hi everybody. Oh, this is so exciting. I want to share a little story about something brand new in my life. It's kind of a big deal, actually. Like, real talk, it's a big deal. You might see in all of the pictures in the promo for today that has been going out, which is really beautiful, right? Because it connects us. We see some pictures of the on-ground gathering that we have annually that we're not having at this moment, which brings back that feeling of like, oh, this is wonderful. I remember my people. I remember the Greenbelt experience, you know? So seeing those photos has been great. And you may have seen in those promotional photos that it says Rev, or the Reverend Matthew David Morris, which sounds very fancy, much fancier than I've ever been personally. But the reason it says that is because I was just ordained a priest. Yes, it's true. I am a priest in the Episcopal Church as of 7 days ago. It literally just happened on May 9th, which was also my 41st birthday. So it's kind of a special day. It was like nothing I'd have ever experienced. For those of you who have been to an ordination in an Anglican church, you know how kind of a big deal it is, how like it can become very, very grand, right? I mean, low church context, it can be just chill. But in most of the ordinations I've been to, there's just a lot going on. The bishop's there wearing his amazing bishop clothes and his amazing bishop hat, which is not technically called a bishop hat. And everyone's like dressed to the nines, and the music is big, and the crowd is all there, and they are all ready to witness this moment in someone's life. And there's a pandemic going on. So we realized right away for me was like mid-January, because I've been kind of thinking about this since the first news came out about COVID-19. Like everything was going to change. I knew that. Everything is going to change. My graduation, that's probably not going to happen. My ordination, is that going to happen? In our tradition, we say around ordinations, God willing and the people consenting, right? I use it as a hashtag, like GWATPC, which is actually not a very popular hashtag. No one uses it but me. But God willing and the people consenting, meaning that you never really know. They encourage you not to say, well, this is going to happen, because it's out of our hands. So the ordination did happen, and it was amazing. And there were 10 people in this cathedral. My family was on the other side of the screen. And I'll have you know, they were also in this amazing montage of pictures, a kind of, what is it called, a collage? I'm sure there's the right word for it, of their faces. And they were all wearing red, which is the feast color, which is what you're supposed to do when everyone's in the room. But I had this picture and I had it on the inside of my folder, of my ordination folder, so that even though they weren't there, my family could be present. And everyone was watching and bearing witness. And I bring that up now because sometimes it feels like this situation that we're all in creates some challenges around what is real. What is the real? If we're not in the same physical space together, how can we do something together? And I feel like we're not only answering that question right now, but we are sort of bearing witness to our own hope that that's possible. The fact that Greenbelt is in this space, in my house, in my little corner, and it is in your house, in your corner, means that we are witnessing something. You are witnessing me do this, and I know you're there. I cannot see your faces, but I know you're there. And I think we have to spend some time with those ideas personally. We can brush them off like, oh, that's just sort of digital stuff. But there's so much possibility in that. Possibility for reflection, for meaning making, for connection. And so I'm going to invite you, as I play this next song, to hop in the chat of YouTube. My friend Paul's in there. Amazing Paul. Y'all know Paul because he makes all of this Greenbelt happen, along with the brilliant staff and board and everybody who comes together every year. Paul is in the chat, and I'm going to invite you to, during this next song, share with me some way that you have connected in a meaningful way, maybe even in an unexpected way, during Corona tide, during this season. And tell me maybe how that worked. You can talk about the digital piece of it. You can talk about the way it made you feel. I just want to hear some of your stories. And then Paul, as I'm playing, he can share some of those. He'll put them and send them to me through our super secret app that, just shoots the messages. It's not super secret. It's Slack. So he'll send it to me, and then I can find out what's up with y'all. And I need you to start doing this, not only because I want to know you, but we're going to do something creatively toward the end of this Shindig. And it's going to involve you posting things in the chat. So I need y'all to buy in on that. I can't see your faces. So if this was an audience right now and I was doing a show, I would be able to kind of feel how the room's doing. I have absolutely no idea. So I am going to play a song from a podcast that I created a few years back. Let's see if I can remember what key it's in. A podcast called Lectio Musica. I had this idea that I would create songs, new original songs for the weekly lectionary readings. Oh, it says, am I muted? Are we muted? Are we good? Okay, cool. I think we're okay. Great. So I'm going to play the song. It was a part of the Lectio Musica podcast, which is still available. You can check it out, search it, Lectio Musica. And this is a song called That's God's Job. I think this is the key. Ain't nobody here got their own salvation, We all tied up in the one salvation, Everybody here is a child worth saving, child worth saving. 'Cause we all tied up in the one salvation, one salvation. God will give you reason, God will give you patience, God will give you wisdom, God will do the saving, 'cause that's God's job, that's God's job, that's God's job, that's God's job. Ain't nobody here got a perfect record, perfect record. So lay them stones down, honey, take a second, take a second. But who among us here wanna claim perfection, claim perfection? Oh, lay them stones down, honey, take a second, take a second. See, God will give you reason, God will give you patience, God will give you wisdom, God will do the saving, 'cause that's God's job, that's God's job, that's God's job, that's God's job. Give you patience, God will give you reason and wisdom and patience, and God will do the saving, 'cause that's God's job. I don't know about y'all, but sorting through what is my work to do these days and what is God's work, I find particularly difficult, because I'm one of those folks who, when there's a problem present, I want to fix it. I see it, I want to respond to it. And that's actually a really rough way of thinking when there's a global crisis going on, because I can't fix it. I can do the things that I can do. Like, for example, let me see if I have one of these nearby. I can wear a mask. This is a beautiful, wonderful mask that was created for me by my friend Marianne. And there's a little removable filter in it. I can wash it, I can use it again. I can put that mask on and I can go outside and go to my grocery store, and by wearing it, I can demonstrate and really live out my caring for other people. I can show people that their lives are important to me. So important that I'm gonna put this mask on. I mean, y'all, I wore a mask. Everyone in my ordination wore a mask during ordination. Liturgically appropriate, I'll have you know. They were all red. My dear friend Ingrid made them all as a gift. So we had our red masks on. I also, for y'all who are really big into the liturgical pieces of Christian tradition or any tradition, you'll be delighted to know that I wore the white mask for the beginning of the service when I'm in my white alb, and then the red mask was put on when my husband helped me vest. So it was pretty fancy. But but I can care about others in those small ways, and that is something I can do. God's job is God's job. So I'm going to check in right now with what's been coming up in the chat. Paul has been so wonderful to send me some of these things, so you'll notice I'm looking over to the side here. And Paul says that in the chat there have been some themes. The beauty of nature. Someone from Canada mentioned the beauty of nature. And isn't that such a Greenbelt reflection, right? Like, this is a group of folks who come together to be outside and to witness the beauty of creation, right? And to recognize that there is art in the world, in nature, that can inspire us. So thank you for that, whoever the Canadian is who posted that. Someone noted that moments of sweetness with other human beings, other people, have been nourishing. So holding sanitized hands. Oh, with one of your best friends on your birthday, you got to hold hands? Oh, that's so wonderful. I mean, who would have thought that like holding hands would mean such an beautiful, important thing when we can't touch? Teenagers are helping one of the elders in a nursing home to connect with your church's Facebook Live worship. Oh, you're doing Facebook Live worship and Zoom gathering. That is so awesome. And how many of the people in your space, how many people have never used that before and who all of a sudden are able to connect in ways they haven't? Or maybe the older members of your church who haven't been able to come to church in, I don't know, forever, are able to click and join in and see people's faces that they haven't for a year. That's been something that's happening over in our area too. And then there's the spending time with kids, which also means homeschooling. Oh, bless all y'all's hearts, as they say in the South of the United States. Bless your hearts. Homeschooling is its own challenge. So this song I will dedicate to all the homeschoolers, because I know you're working under, especially if you're working as well in the midst of it, like you're struggling right now. And I'm going to share this song. I think it's in this key right up here. It is a story song. It is a story song about a mom who is struggling to figure out how to raise her kids, a mom who finds herself in a bit of a crisis and who doesn't quite know what to do. She was a girl living in the city, clinging to old religion, praying for electricity to keep it warm for the little ones. Nobody made her wise to the things a girl might find in the belly of a hungry man who don't care nothing about his bloodline. She got lost in the bloodline, heavy cost of a bloodline. She goes on, she cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. So much riding on the bloodline. Why is he hiding from the bloodline? It ain't right, she cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. She heard heaven is invite only, reserved for Christian soldiers, not unwed girls living in the city, asking for change from strangers. But Father said Jesus loves her, even though she never married. God loves her more than the Christians do. She's part of his holy bloodline. She got saved in the bloodline. The price he paid for the bloodline changed her life. She cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. She believes in the bloodline, lives and breathes by the bloodline. With all her might, she cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. Oh, I know I should have never left her to shoulder all the burden. She probably won't forgive me. God might not either. I made a cross and lay it on her back, but I never broke her spirit, and she owes that to her bloodline. She stayed strong for the bloodline. I did wrong by the bloodline. She goes on, she cried at night and keeps alive the bloodline. Sacrifice for the bloodline, paid the price for the bloodline. With all her might, she cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. She cries at night and keeps alive the bloodline. We've got about, I don't know, 10, 13 minutes, something like that left. And I want to take this opportunity now, while you're all here, just to thank you. To thank you for your presence. To thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up for your people. If you are serving in some community context and you have been doing these Zoom meetings, you have been doing these live streams, you have been trying to care for people who are fatigued and you yourself feel fatigued, I want to thank you for that hard work. I want to encourage you to do that thing that my spiritual director keeps telling me I need to do myself, which is rest. I hope that at least in these few minutes that we've been together that you have been able to rest, because it is so important. So I'm going to look back again before sharing this next song to see what we got going here. Here's the prompt now, because we got to figure out how to write a song together. I've never done this before, but I need your help. So I see some words here: music, art, prayer, totally Greenbelt words. Letting go, new art, finding experience in church, drag queen bingo, hallelujah. And I want you to maybe share some other words that have to do with connection. That's the theme, connection. So I want to encourage you to put words in the chat. They could be one word, a series of words, a string of words. Put them in there, because I'm going to try to figure out how to sing them. And we're going to call that a song. I want to share this next song and put a little shout out to the Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign is a movement that's going on in the U.S. I know there are people who are doing this kind of advocacy and justice work around the world. I know people like people who've been showing up to Greenbelt to talk about advocacy work for the poor. The Poor People's Campaign is so inspiring to me, and I was honored to be invited to sing at the March on Washington. Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago, on the 50th anniversary of the first original Poor People's Campaign. And I wrote this song. I'm going to share it with you. And I want you, I've rewritten some of the lyrics, so I got to find those where they are. I've written some lyrics. This is folk music, and I think the movement music responds to what's going on in the moment, right? So this is why we need more songs. We need songwriters to write songs about the isolation we're experiencing. We need songwriters to write songs about the new blessings that are showing up. We need songs that are about the sorrow, the loss, the grief. Because if we can write those songs for each other right now, then people can hear them and they can recognize that it's okay to feel crappy. It's like, it's okay not to feel okay right now. And there are also, there's a permission in that to feel the blessings that are present in the moment. So, this is a song I wrote for that. I've changed some of the lyrics. The song is called When You Lift from the Bottom, Everybody Rises. We have come to liberate you from all the ways that you hold us down. You hurt me, you hurt you too. When you free me, you free yourself. When we lift from the bottom, everybody rises. When we lift from the bottom, everybody rises. Poor folk are the first to suffer when the world goes quarantine. Mother, father, sister, brother, oh, no one's free till all are free. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. Now y'all sing with me. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. There you go. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. So those words, when you lift from the bottom, everybody rises, are words that came from the Reverend Dr. Barber, who is an inspiration, who is leading this movement along with other justice leaders, faith leaders. And he says that as a reminder to us that in moments of crisis, there are many experiences of the crisis. And for those who have less resources, for those who are systematically alienated, the crisis is made worse by just the general reality. So I am inviting all of you, when this is all done, to take that lyric and that melody. We have come to liberate you, that one. So I want you to take the chorus. That's what I want you to take. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises, right? When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. And I want you to teach that to somebody. You don't have to play guitar. It's an easy melody to sing. And I want you to teach it to somebody and invite them to sing it with you. Because built into that line is a movement, y'all. Write your own verses. Sing it about your own contexts. Make it a folk song that does something in the world. Just go ahead. And then tweet me about it at the RevMDM. I want to hear it. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. Yeah. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. Last time. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. When you lift from the bottom, everybody rises. Boom. So, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I can't quite tell, but I am getting lots of words in Slack from Paul about all the things that are happening. Oh, I'm just going to say some of these things. I'm going to read them out. Spending time with the kids, homeschool challenge, trying to finish a degree with no access to the university, right? We are all online right now. This is another reason why we should ask these questions. What does it mean to be in two physical spaces, but to try to connect? Letting go, new art, finding different experiences of church, music, faith, art, the grass, the trees, the sky, my garden, dancing with friends widely separated in a parking lot. That's fresh. That's fresh. Okay, I'm gonna start with that. My friends are texting me. I adore you too, Natalie. So I found a little toy for the phones, and I'm gonna try to use it. I've never really used it before. So watch this. Let's find a key. I like this key. Boom. Boom. Let's see if that works. No, shake. Okay, that's the idea. I'm going to be one of those dudes who tries to do things with his phone. And it may or may not work. My husband always tells me, don't use the tech. It never works. But we're going to try. Boom. Boom. Meow, 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 yeah. Yeah. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy. Yeah. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy here in this parking lot. Yeah, here in the light. Yeah, now you sing. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy here in this parking lot. Here in this parking lot. Where are the drag queens and their bingo? You wrote it. I want to know where are the drag queens and their bingo? I'm here with my children, working all day, doing these lessons, trying to play. Where are the drag queens? Looking for the bingo. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy here in this parking lot. Hey, 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 in the parking lot. We're coming up on time, and I'm glad you've been here. I invite you to check in with me on Twitter at the Rev MDM, on Facebook at the Rev MDM. My website is therevmdm.com. And thank you to the Greenbelt people who have allowed me to share this shindig with y'all. I'm looking for kindness. I'm looking for mercy here in this parking lot. May the peace of God be with you this day and remain with you always.